Welcome back. Massey Stores St. Lucia has donated just under $30,000 to two health organizations in St. Lucia. Representatives of Faces of Cancer and the St. Lucia Diabetes Association received checks from the supermarket retailer last week to help with awareness of their respective causes and prevention of diseases.
Massey Stores continues to pledge its commitment to promoting healthy lifestyles and awareness of chronic non-communicable diseases despite the pandemic. In October, the company rolled out its 2020 breast cancer campaign with two components. Customers were invited to donate to Faces of Cancer at any Massey Stores cash register starting at $1 up to $200. The other component saw the sale of the company's new edition Massey Stores breast cancer reusable bags. $1 from the sale of every pink bag sold was donated to the cause. The breast cancer campaign spanned a 6-week period and was very successful.
With respect to what we do for cancer, that campaign takes place over a 6-week period into sometimes 7 weeks. So when we present the check to cancer, I don't want diabetes to be too jealous, recognizing that the campaign is a longer period. We want to say a big thank you, even before we present, to Faces of Cancer in the person of Patricia Ann Mitchell, who's with us. We want to say a big thank you to all of our customers and the public and our staff, because our staff are also very instrumental in being part of this process.
The $26,800 raised from the cancer campaign was presented to the local cancer support group Faces of Cancer. This is a non-governmental organization started by a breast cancer survivor in 2009 who saw the need for a cancer support group to assist patients going through this difficult journey along with their family and friends.
I would like to say a big thank you to Massey Group of Companies for this kind donation. It will definitely go a long way, because we take care of those persons who come to us, whether it be a mammogram, sponsoring of a trip to go to Martinique for further medical assistance. So thank you, Massey Stores. We deeply appreciate it.
In November, diabetes took center stage with the retail company supporting various activities organized by the Diabetes Association, including Blue Fridays and Crazy Socks for Diabetes Friday. Massey Pharmacy customers received discounts on prescriptions, while donations were solicited from Massey staff and customers at the cash register over a 2-week period. The total sum collected was presented to Chairman of the Association, Ricky LaForce, who commended Massey Stores for always being ready and willing to assist their cause.
Whenever we call them, they reach out, and we are grateful. But the staff too, I must say a special thank you to the staff at the different Massey Stores for Blue Fridays. Blue Fridays, we are proud of it, and it's growing. But once again, on behalf of the Diabetic and Hypertension Association, thank you all very much. We hope the relationship can grow a lot stronger.
The Diabetes Association president says some of the funds will be used to buy electronic devices to monitor blood levels of children living with diabetes. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonda.
Students were engaged in a video competition where they had to demonstrate creative ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic waste. On Wednesday, the St. Lucia Conservation Fund, in collaboration with the Department of Sustainable Development, Fisheries, and other corporate sponsors, handed out prizes to students whose videos were winning entries.
The Department of Sustainable Development engaged primary and secondary school students in a Trash to Treasure competition. Students were to record a video of themselves demonstrating an innovative and effective way to convert plastic trash material to useful material. On Wednesday, the winners were announced.
$50 in cash. She got a $50 voucher from Massey Stores. Dollars in cash. She got a KFC voucher, a Domino's Pizza voucher, $500 in cash. A KFC voucher, a Domino's Pizza voucher, a $50 voucher from Massey as well.
Massey Stores St. Lucia was one of the sponsors of the competition. Public Relations Officer of Massey St. Lucia, Soraya Best Joseph, explained that initiatives like this resonate with Massey's mandate.
This for us is a gradual process. This is a bold step that we've taken
but this is a gradual process, and you see the results over time in terms of the reduction, in terms of the number of plastics going to the landfill. But the charge is being used for environmental projects. So this is where we are able to come into an activity such as this one and ensure that persons like yourself, young persons who are interested in making decisions around reducing, reusing, recycling, are motivated to be part of this.
She says Massey too is undertaking initiatives that will help reduce St. Lucia's carbon footprint.
In the last 2 years, we've been able, as a result of the charge, to divert over 17 million bags from entering the landfill, and that is significant, and that is directly related to the fact that persons are now making a more concerted effort to use a reusable bag when shopping.
Students undertook projects such as transitioning plastic bottles into lamps, desk organizers, and accessories. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The Resilient Environmental and Agricultural Caribbean Habitat REACH project has installed an automatic weather station at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. More in this report.
The Resilient Environmental and Agricultural Caribbean Habitat REACH project aims at assisting small farmers and their communities in managing and reducing the risks associated with the effects of climate change on the agriculture sector. Part of the project involves the installation of an automatic weather station to collect climatic data, facilitate research, and to assist with predictive measures for pests and diseases. Soil moisture sensors were also installed as a water conservation tool to facilitate precision irrigation as a means of improving the quality of crops that can be grown. National Coordinator for the REACH project, Felix Jaria, explains the weather station measures a number of parameters, including wind run, rainfall, leaf wetness, and sunshine.
So the aim is, for example, if we look at pest and disease, there's a predictive model that has been developed using the climatic data and could be made specific to the location you are. So based on the data collection, one can ascertain the prevalence of a particular pest and disease at a particular time of the year. So farmers can be proactive in the way they approach things. There's also the component where we want to collect the data so that we can make it available to farmers on a real-time basis, so that they know what was the rainfall that fell last night. So they look at their cell phones and they can collect the data from their cell phones and ascertain what is the rainfall. Do I need to irrigate, for example? I don't need to irrigate because 5 millimeters of rain fell last night, so there's no need to irrigate today.
Mr. Jaria informs that the station was strategically placed at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College to also allow students to utilize the data collected.
So it serves the college farm, and so the students in their research projects can also make use of the data, but it also serves the general community of the entire catchment of Dennery. Actually, the data is representative for the entire catchment. So whatever data is collected here can be utilized across the catchment area and probably even beyond. But for now, we are targeting the catchment area and to use the data to predict for the catchment area. And we find that the college farm is ideal because there are a number of different crops being grown and there are a number of students who come around here. So it's multifaceted in terms of its objective. Whilst we collect data, students can learn how to utilize the data as well as see the instruments and have a better appreciation for the instruments and the data that's been collected.
The REACH project continues to work closely with the Water Resource Management Agency to increase the resilience of the agriculture sector in St. Lucia. From the Communications Unit of the Department of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Rehabilitative infrastructure works are said to be progressing well in Bacatel and Forestier thanks to funding from the World Bank.
From about 11 a.m. on the 30th of October 2010, St. Lucia began to take a beating from the relentless winds and heavy rains of Hurricane Tomas. By the time the skies cleared, 14 people perished, and the country was set back nearly hundreds of millions of dollars in infrastructural damage. Rebuilding has been a slow, expensive, and daunting task, but with the help of international agencies like the World Bank Group, roads, bridges, and buildings which were scarred by Tomas are slowly being rehabilitated.
This area here was one of numerous slides around the island that affected the infrastructure, the road infrastructure of St. Lucia. And since then, the funding has been made available through the DVRP, which is the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Program, to rebuild this wall, considering that this road is one of the critical links or part of the secondary road systems of St. Lucia. One of the critical components of the DVRP is to maintain critical linkages between communities, especially in times of disasters. And this road here, like I indicated, is a very critical link between the Mon, Forestier, and Bagatelle going into Castries.
The contract for the rehabilitation works in Bagatelle and Forestier was awarded to Fresh Start Construction Company through a competitive bidding process to the tune of $2 million EC. The official contract was signed on the 27th of November. By the 4th of December, construction was well underway.
What we're constructing here is actually a reinforced concrete cantilevered retaining wall. First of all, we start with the excavation. We're trying to achieve a suitable bearing strata for that wall. It's been exposed there for a while, so there's a bit of water beneath the soil, but hopefully we should get a proper bearing for that. After which we will blind, followed by reinforcement for the footing, formwork, and we'll be pouring concrete to cast that footing today. The particular type of wall that's been put there will be a 16-inch thick retaining wall. It's been designed specifically for that type of stabilization.
Once fully cast, the forms will be removed. The site will be backfilled and compacted. This will then allow the contractors to lay a surface of asphalt on this repaired land slippage site. Naturally, this undertaking has its own challenges.
Traffic for one. We've been managing the traffic, but everyone's still the ones who come through here. People are ignoring the signs. We've run it through the media. We've put up all proper signage, but people still want to come through, but we have to send them back. For health and safety reasons, we can't allow them to pass.
Similarly, a land slippage in Forestier, which had been left unattended for over 10 years, is now under construction.
Forestier project is more or less similar to this. So what we're doing there, we're first erecting a reinforced concrete wall, followed by a concrete road on top of there, and it will have concrete drains. That should take care of the water issue that caused the landslide in the first place.
After Hurricane Tomas in 2010, the Genoa Road collapsed. Bagatelle was blocked off and impassable. The landslides between Genoa and Forestier meant that the residents of Forestier were marooned for days before the slides were cleared.
So under the DVRP, which is one of the main focuses to build resilience against natural disasters, this project here is critical in the sense that it will maintain the linkages of communities for the movement of goods and services in the event of a disaster.
The Forestier and Bagatelle Land Stabilization Project is expected to be concluded within the next 2 weeks. When completed, these projects would have fulfilled the first component of the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, which is to reduce physical vulnerability and pilot adaptive measures to build resilience to current and future hydrometeorological shocks.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. The latest weather forecast is coming up after the break.